Hello, hello, folks. We'll be getting started in just a moment. I mostly just need to get our game pulled up, honestly. Um, complete some final checks. But I hope that everybody is doing well today, whenever or wherever you may be. Oh, today is Friday already. Gosh. Goodness. Oh, hello, Coffee. Hello, hello. I've never gotten to see you play Kerbal. Oh, well, this'll be a first then. Hello, hello. I hope that you're doing well. I also hope that you're having a good time with the Star Wars game that just came out. That just came out, right? We were counting down to that yesterday, as I recall. I hope that that has been a blast. I've heard good things about it already. It's great. Awesome, awesome. Here, let me open up our game today. We're also going to be testing something today because this morning, well, I was dealing with some other stuff, so I'm very, very late. My apologies. But something important came up that I had to address. So I'm here now. But while I was doing that, I had an epiphany. Oh, huh. I had a it came to me. So, something that has been plaguing our streams for quite some time, actually. Let me go find the Kerbal. And we're gonna find out, we're gonna test it today, right? So, it may be a little bit of a bumpy ride, right? But we're gonna see. In the past, now the past few weeks, we haven't had a problem with it. But in the past, we have occasionally had problems with some dropped frames during a stream. And for a long, long time, I was under the presumption that it was an internet related issue that I couldn't do very much about. Um, but then I fiddled with some settings and it got better, and also we switched games, right? So two things kind of changed at once. If we end up dropping frames during Kerbal after not having dropped it for like the past 8 streams that haven't been anything CPU intensive, I think it's going to confirm for me that it's an encoder problem. And we're going to see if we can hammer that out. So this may end up being not just a Kerbal Space Program stream, but also, I don't know, technical testing, technical work. I don't know what to call it. Basically, you're all my guinea pigs right now. Um, whether you like it or not. All right, let's watch this here. So many great voice actors in this game. Oh yeah, the it's Jedi Survivors. I think that's the name of it, right? I've heard a couple of lines here and there. I've heard a couple of lines during my traditional log on to social media in the morning. So I don't know a whole ton, but thus far I'm inclined to agree. Alright, this is gonna take its sweet time to load. But that's alright. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, that's the name. I got it right for once. Let's see. So there's a few things, if this ends up stuttering on the stream, that we can do to fix it. So we're gonna keep an eye out, right? This is gonna be cooperative. Um, or rather, I'm going to keep an eye out. I'm gonna do my best, because I can see it too, also in my little window here. Because if we can figure this out, that would actually be a huge win for the stream. Well, just long term, the health of the stream. being able to identify this long-running problem. So let me go ahead and switch our capture over, and we'll get started. I am hoping that there are no problems, but I am recognizing in advance the possibility. There we are. It's the Kerbals. Hello, little fellas. It's been a while. I missed y'all last week. I'm sorry. I left one of you in, like, what, Mun orbit? We've got a special job to do today. As the title would suggest, we've got to save somebody. Mind you, they're not one of my employees. Mind you, we don't have to save one of my employees. We have a contract to do. A Mr. Chadlock. I kid you not, that's his name. We're calling him Private Chadlock. He's like stranded in Mun orbit, and I mean, we gotta get him out of there, right? I mean, we couldn't leave him there. Let's see. Let's visit Mission Control. I'm gonna need to get reacquainted with their situation a little bit. But welcome back to the Space Center. They're starting to ask me to launch satellites. No thank you. Would rather not, actually. Hey Venus, welcome. That's right. Yep, we gotta rescue Private Chadlock from orbit of the Mun. But welcome, Venus. I hope you're doing well today. Oh gosh, so we've done some prep work for this mission already, I believe, because this is gonna be a big one. This is gonna be like a huge mission. We're investing a lot into this because we can do rescuing Chadlock. I think that this might not count for exploring the Mun. Oh, but we were planning on doing the rover. It expires in 9 years. Oh my gosh. Almost 10, actually. We could really leave him up there for some time. Okay, duly noted. Let's see. So we want to get to the Mun surface, plant a flag. Hopefully... I believe that our current plan is also going to have finished this mission. But we'll see. It might not. We may not actually trigger Explore the Mun, but that's okay if not. We're still going to complete, like, 3 huge missions with massive payouts in, like, a single run. If this goes according to plan. Failure is always an option, especially here at our space program. So, what kind of prep have we done so far? I believe we built the rover, right? Well, rover. It doesn't really count. It's more like a space truck. Yeah. This little guy. This is a dinky little thing. So we've got the rover prep here. So we just need to find a way to mount this thing on a rocket and take it to the Mun. Easier said than done. But worth trying, I think. So if we can get this thing there... I also realized this flag looms kind of like the Soviet flag. Oh yeah. I'll be honest. That's intentional. It's also red, so it's my color. So, you know, it all goes together, right? Gosh. Red is really my color, honestly. Like, I look good in red. Like red makeup, red clothes, red everything. It's a good bit. For me, it's green. Oh, yeah. Green's a fine color. Green does very well for itself. Oh, goodness. I'm just visualizing, how do you mount this thing on a rocket? The answer is going to be very carefully. I go for more of a pastel goth vibe. Oh, we love that. I'm here for it. I've only done it once, but I once went to a bar with some of my friends that was having like an emo night, and you got in free if you were like dressed up like, you know, quote unquote emo. And oh gosh, that it was a look. It was a good look. I rocked it. I did really well. Not my usual look, but I could live with it. I could live with it. Okay, we may need to... Yeah. Soft colors? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that for the longest time, Venus. I, I knew what it... I knew what it was if I looked at it, but I didn't know, like, why it was called that, you know? Until somebody told me. That's often how these things go, though. Okay. Let's load up our test rover. Alright, but now we've got it in the correct area, right? We've brought it over. Now this little thing, good, is not gonna work. There we go. This is how we need to launch it. Okay, and we need to build a rocket around it that can actually get this thing to the moon. This is gonna be hellish, actually. It, because I also want to mount it on our existing heavy launch system. Yeah, most of the time I wear skirts because they're amazing. Oh gosh, I need more skirts, honestly. I need more of them. They're great. Especially just to wear around the house. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of their work. Oh, we never mounted an antenna on this thing, did we? Hold on, before I forget. Communication. Stick that on there. Cool. So, will this work? Like one part where Chad stays in orbit while our main team goes on the moon and then returns Chad then back home? You know, that's a fine question. And I think that the answer is this thing is not gonna be our, like, command pod. This is gonna be, like, empty of crew. Right? This is going to be empty of crew when we launch it. And then we're going to have a separate command pod. Hold on, it's coming to me. Hold on. It's, here. The Mark III command pod. Alright? You put this here. You need to build this thing out so it can survive re-entry. This is going to be a needlessly complicated mission. Why am I doing this to myself? Why don't we just make multiple trips? Ooh, that's kind of a problem. I've just discovered a massive problem. Because this is more epic. This would be. If this worked, oh my gosh, that would be incredible. We don't actually have a large enough heat shield. for the Mark III. Oh no. We gotta stop by the lab. Don't save that. We don't have a large enough heat shield. That may just stop this attempt in its tracks, and we'll have to do saving Private Chadlock in a slightly more reasonable way, and do the Mun landing mission separately. R&D. Oh gosh, I didn't realize it was going to be that much bigger. What do you mean it takes more space to fit in 2 extra Kerbals? Yeah, here it is. Advanced landing. This is the bigger heat shield that we need. Which means it's not happening. Because there's no way 90 science gets us there. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, in the meantime, you can start working towards it. You can grab aviation tech. That'll be useful down the line. Yeah, I could just go ahead and purchase it. Or wait, maybe it's heat shield 2.5 meter? Maybe. Maybe you only have to get the landing, but either way, we don't have the science. That's fine. We can do 2 separate missions. One to deliver the lander to the moon, and one to save Chadlock. I was able once to make a functioning plane. They're tricky, aren't they? I've made a couple. You know, you gotta be... Oh gosh. The game did not like me turning the camera like that. Space planes are cool. Just regular planes, honestly. I really like them in this game. But I'm not good at making them. I'm not good at making them at all. Making something that can just consistently cruise at a given altitude is beyond my skills. Alright, well, I think our #1 priority is saving Chadlock, because if I don't do that, then the stream title's a lie and the Twitch police are gonna kick down my door. So we can't have that. That's not allowed. That would be very disconcerting. So we need to figure out what we're sending to go get them. This thing could technically make it. The problem is that we need enough fuel left over for an intercept. Yes, they are. I fly a few kilometers, and then when the fuel ran out, I let the parachutes go. Hey, that's, you know, any landing you can walk away from, right? This is our commercial... this is our Mun cope, right? It can definitely carry Chadlock back. I think the problem is, actually, I should show you all what the problem is, because it's easier to show you than just to talk about it. We're gonna have to do a rendezvous, and that's gonna potentially be pretty costly on fuel. I'm not looking forward to it. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, there's Chadlock. God, that's a low orbit. He's like 11,000 to 13,000 meters above the surface of the Mun. You don't have margin of error there. It's easier to show the problem than to talk about it. Shouldn't be said when talking about rocket science. That's a fair point. That's fair. But in this case, I think me looking at it is very helpful. I mean, you just don't have very much margin of error here. Right? We have to intercept and rendezvous with Chadlock's little scrap pod here. Get him out of it. Oh, hey. let's clear this. And then bring him home. The M-Cope is rated to be able to come to the Mun, establish an orbit, and then get home. But I don't think that it's capable of getting an orbit that is this low, including a rendezvous, and then also returning home under its own power. Like, I just don't think that that's reasonable. The Cope series is made purely to, like, trim down costs as much as possible to deliver tourists and get them home and turn a profit. I think that we're gonna need to go with something a lot heavier to rescue Chadlock. And that's okay. That's fine. I mean, when you're this close to the surface, you may as well land on the moon as well, I guess. Maybe. Then the problem kind of becomes, how do you get back? Because, I mean, if we could make it happen, it would be pretty economical. But, like, if you did load up that rover, how do you get the rover home? Or, if you're not bringing the rover back, how do you get the crew back? And I'm not sure what the answer is. I think it has to be a separate mission. We're gonna definitely use the rover. Just not this one, I think. So in that case, we're gonna have to throw everything we've got at this. So this is going to be... Let's grab the SFBC with the heavy launch system. We know that this can get to the Mun and Minimus and home. Load the rover on a lander. Yeah, that's an idea. I'm trying to visualize how that would work in my head, because that was kind of the original concept, was to have the rover land on a lander and then just launch the lander home. But the problem is our command pods aren't going to be large enough to get Chadlock back. We have unlocked the bigger command pod, but we can't fit a heat shield to it, so it will never survive a re-entry. Unless... No, that's silly. There's no way that works out. Here, let me show you what I'm thinking. You have this thing, right? I think in order for this to work... Oh. No, go back. Ah. I think you would need to launch it like this. Inside a, you'd use an aerodynamic cone to protect everything during a launch. Right, so this is weird, but it's not necessarily gonna be a problem. Use the rover as a heat shield. It's an idea. That's a concept. But then maybe what you could do... Again, this is silly. I don't think that we're gonna do this. Nope, that's too big. But you would take, like, this decoupler, right? You would probably need a decoupler anyhow. Or, I mean... Nah. You take the proper size decoupler, right? Just use Jeb, he's indestructible. Maybe we shouldn't put that one to the test. Now, I mean, I'm all in favor of science, but, those Kerbals are expensive. Where is it? Here it is. You want this, you want some kind of engine. I happen to already know that a Terrier mounted like this, with enough fuel, can get you home. So that would be your engine assembly. something like that. Again, I keep selecting the wrong one. You'd go like that. Heat shield, passenger compartment for Chadlock, and then you'd put your command pod on top. Now let me show you what that looks like. Now you all tell me how reasonable this looks. Like you throw a parachute on it. Where are those? Where are our chutes? Oh, here they are. And then this doesn't even get you onto the Mun's surface, because then you're going to need a whole engine assembly below this thing in order to land it, right? Looks kind of like, oh gosh, no, you're right. I didn't even realize. Oh no. That's an awfully tall re-entry vehicle. Yeah, I mean, this would be... No, come on, grab it. This would be the part that re-enters, right? You ditch the rover on the Mun. This is what re-enters. This engine gets you home. Maybe, question mark. But for landing on the Mun, this is looking increasingly unreasonable. Like, you're just gonna be so top-heavy. Yeah, maybe we just use the rover in the future. I agree. I'm glad that we... I'm glad that we tested this concept. You know, we workshopped it a little bit. Just to demonstrate that I'm not just being a coward. I just don't think I know how to make it work, you know? Let's see. Let's open... Yeah, don't save. So this is a scientific flyby craft mounted on our heavy launch system. I know the heavy launch system can get this job done. We just need to mount an appropriate pod on top of it. Scientific instrumentation is cool, but if our re-entry vehicle is too long or too tall, just like Coffee Addict put it, you're gonna run into some pretty serious problems on re-entry, I think. And this is kind of a soft Iron Man mode, so I don't want to run into problems on re-entry. To make that very clear. So this is actually a pretty easy modification, actually. Now that we've trimmed down the scope of the mission, you just replace this with the crew cabin. And there you go. Right? And there you go. So this is... I mean, this is basically a cope now, right? This is basically our commercial passenger orbiter, right? Commercial orbital passenger escort, the COPE. That's the acronym. I felt very clever for coming up with it, and so I'm going to use it all the time. But now it's just mounted to the heavy launch system, so I guess we can just change the title. This is a COPE. Commercial orbital passenger escort. There you go. Make sure the game doesn't automatically make Kerbal sit inside it. I don't think this will fill up, right? I may be able to squeeze a tourist in on this rescue mission. Because this is going to be expensive. The heavy launch system is very expensive for our program. Basically 28,000. You know, it's a little pricey. The rescue will pay for it. If I can find a tourist mission that is suitable, maybe I drag one along. but this looks okay. We might launch this. This could work. I need to stretch out my legs. Why am I sitting on them? Uh, I don't... I don't know, it just happens. We could just act like the tourist is a journalist. Oh, that's a great idea. What is happening over there? Oh god, there's some entity moving across the grass. Where is it going? What? I've seen too much. So let's drop by mission control. Yeah, we've got somebody here. We've got two somebodies, but one of them wants to land on the Mun. But we can take one of them and we can take Tifford later. The Kraken, apparently a warning sign, an omen of terrible things to come. But we can take Shell Call. They're gonna get a little bit more than they bargained for because we're gonna get in orbit, but that'll help make this mission a little bit more economical for us. There we go. We come over here to launch pad. We need to take this fellow. Our, what do they call those? When you have a journalist who's, like, integrated with some kind of, team. Like, I think the term usually gets thrown around for, like, journalists that are covering, like, military stuff, but I think it can also be used for, like, you know, I imagine it could be used if you, like, had an astronaut team that had, like, a journalist implanted among them, a reporter, an investigator. I mean, it's those. It's like it's a word reporter, you know, like integrated reporter or implanted reporter. Implanted is not the word. The historian. I'm gonna say integrated, but I don't think that's the word. Anyhow, Shell Call is gonna be our reporter on this mission. Hello, Shell Call. We'll come back to you for comments later. We've got Jeb, who's gonna run the mission. This is the commercial orbital passenger escort I've got selected. Do not launch that. You want the cope on the heavy launch system. There you go. And I think we can just launch this. I think this will, I think this will go okay. Hopefully. Just so long as we don't slam into the Mun. We should have plenty of fuel to do this. We just need to actually get there. Now, this is also going to be our main test, right? Because if we start dropping frames, that is going to confirm for us that that drop frame thing is a issue, like a CPU issue, right? Because Kerbal Space Program does like to eat the processor, given the opportunity. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. God, why can't space work like Star Wars? I feel that. It'd be so much simpler. Just go to hyperspace. Forget all this rocketry and orbits and stuff. Just go up. Alright. Shell Call, any comments on the, you know, pre-launch checks? How are you feeling? You feeling comfortable? Mm-hmm. Yeah? You know, he's being a little coy with me. I thought journalists were supposed to be talkative. Breaking news. The rumors of Chadlock being stuck in a Mun orbit are confirmed. The KSB Center has volunteered with a rescue mission. Not only that, but they even allowed one of our reporters to come with in the rescue. Remarkable. Great for PR. Thank you, Vetus. Thank you, thank you. I love that. That was loud. Alright. We are away. Yes, it's supposed to go this slow. Don't worry about it too much. This is a proper launch. There we are. We're looking good. Now, until the solid fuel is burnt off, I don't really need to touch this thing. We've tried to make turns, like gravity turns, while using the solids, and about half the time they work, and about half the time we spin out of control and almost die. So I think it's just safer for us if we don't do that. It'll be a little bit more inefficient, but not by a whole lot. So long as the solid fuel gets us out of the lowest parts of the atmosphere, it's gonna be a good time. Alright. We're rising steadily. Rising steadily. And also, the stream also seems steady. Good. Good. Honestly, green lights all around. Jebediah, you are good. Prepare to drop those solid fuel boosters and get to work. Hello, I'm here on the rocket for the rescue mission. I believe we'll start in just a second. I hope this will go good. Thank you, Shellcall. Thank you. Now back to the studio. You know, we just got incredibly lucky that did not destroy our main engine. Alright. That isn't supposed to happen. They're supposed to drop past us. But, that's okay. My heart just stopped for a second. Are you saying, Shellcall, that maybe the Kerbal space program is not as reliable as we've been led to believe? Did you know Big Bird was almost on the Challenger? Yeah, and actually, I had, side story. Unexpected side story. I had a teacher, in elementary school who was almost on the Challenger. She was selected for it, but decided not to go because it would mean, she would be missing time with her students. And my word, I'm glad that I'm glad that it worked out. Well, for her, that she wasn't on it. Like, she was amazing, but gosh, yeah, Challenger was the one that blew up. Yeah, administration. Well, there's a lot that gets. We need to boost these engines, oh my gosh. I'm slow burning this when I cannot afford to be doing so. Angle us up. I got distracted. Yeah, we'll call her, Dr. B. Alright. Was like my 3rd grade teacher. And, yeah, she was selected for that. She was cool. She instilled in me, actually, a great love of science. She was an amazing teacher. Which is part of why I'm here playing Kerbal Space Program today, I think. Weird as that may sound. We're gonna burn through so much of this fuel, oh my gosh. It's fine. It's okay. We're about to fix this. Okay, I messed this up a little bit. Understand that that wasn't my intention, but we did make it. We burnt a little bit more fuel than I would have liked, but I think we've still got plenty to get to the mud and do this rescue. The mission is not aborted. We're good. We're chill. Mostly. Alright. First off, we just need to correct our orbit. Right? No working on getting to the Mun until this is corrected. We just need to tap our periapsis above 70k, and then we can start working on plotting a course to the Mun. Take us prograde, please. Sturdio, I'm slowly believing Mission Control has no clue what they're doing. Quick, cut the feed. Yeah, we're currently experiencing some, yeah, it's a plasma blackout with the rescue craft. Don't worry, this is perfectly normal, but we won't be able to get any messages from the reporter for a little bit. Yeah, that last thing, I mean, it came out super garbled. You know, you probably shouldn't even put it on air. Super low sound quality, you know? Oh. There we go. Let's orbit. That is an orbit. And now we gotta get to the Mun. Easier said than done. But it will be a lot of fun. I didn't realize I was rhyming when I started that sentence, but it worked out. Okay, thankfully this should be pretty straightforward to get there. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. That should be good. That'll get us really close. Put us in a good position. Yeah, we just jammed the transmission. Shell call, you're coming with us. Keep quiet. Only good things are to be said about this operation. You wouldn't want to be a doubter now, would you? Alright. We're gonna warp around to our burn point. Getting to the Mun is gonna be the easy part. The rendezvous is gonna be special. The rendezvous is gonna be a good time. Maybe, with a little money, some doubts would disappear, Houston. Maybe, with a little bit of time out the airlock, some doubts would disappear, Shell call. You know, a long walk out a short airlock, I believe is roughly how the saying goes. Alrighty. I believe that we are more or less set to begin burning. Fine, I got it. Listen, Shell Call's gonna look like a fool when we come back here all safe and sound with the private here intact. It's gonna be great, you know? Chadlock is gonna be so happy to see us. Our burn was going a little wonky there, but we look... This is an interesting encounter. Oh my goodness, that is a fascinating encounter. That actually launches us into a Kerbal escape. Rad. Okay. Not what we want, but I think that there's a good point along here to turn this into an orbit. This just in, a fire has... Or we crash on the moon and die horribly. Also a valid possibility. Also something that could happen. But goodbye, Kerbal. We'll be back later. See you in a few days. I'm going on vacation. See ya. Friendship with Kerbal ended. Now Mun is my new best friend. Wherever it is. I'm not sure. Oh, hello. Hello, best friend. We can yeet the reporter in deep space. Alright, there it is. Now, based on this, I've got a feeling that we're gonna end up being drawn in pretty darn close. What exactly that means, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm rather uncertain. I'm not sure what I've done here. The Mun seems so far. What is going on with our, Something very strange is about to happen. I can feel it. Am I about to get, like... Oh, wait a minute. Am I about to get sideswiped by the Mun? What do you mean, Houston? You have no clue? We may be about to get sideswiped, actually. Wait a minute. That's breaking out of the encounter. That's not what I'm going for. Oh my goodness, it is. Oh gosh, I'm glad I caught this when we did. Look at the periapsis. The reason we're not getting a periapsis here? I think Coffee is the pilot, I'm the reporter. I love that, I love that. Oh boy, that moon sure is getting bigger and bigger. That just must mean that we're here, right? Destination arrived. What does sideswipe mean? So as you can see, it's okay, we can salvage this. This is totally doable. Is it better to burn? Oh, no. Don't focus on Kerbal. Focus on the Mun. Honestly, I prefer to focus on our craft, but... No. Pushing it out that far. Kill the maneuver. No. Alright. Alright. Yeah. I think I understand what's going wrong here. We've definitely been captured by its gravity. Which is going to quite simply mean... If we burn at it, I think that we can get around. Or we burn a little bit to the side. And that may be more efficient. Let's come in like a little high. About 45,000 meters. That'll give us some wiggle room. I wonder what this button does. Yeah, that's the button that's gonna make us burn sideways here. I'm honestly just gonna do that. I think it's radial in. Radial in. Maybe. Right? Maybe? No. Radial out. Radial out. My bad. My mistake. No, do not. I don't want to die. Oh, no. It's okay. It's alright, Shell Call. It's gonna be okay. We've got a professional on board. Or something. Alright, we're just gonna go radial out. The maneuver node's kind of guided me a little bit, but it's fine. I can eyeball this. I can eyeball a correction here. If anything, this might even be saving us fuel. That's a lie, by the way. That's just me trying to salvage the situation. Cool. That's high enough. We're way off, angle-wise. Then we just want to slow down, bring it in, right? You're gonna go retrograde next. He doesn't even know what that button does. He doesn't need to know. You know? He only needs to know where the accelerator is, right? Still, Jeb's a professional, let me assure you. Alrighty. Cool. I think this works. I think this is gonna be fine. We just come around here. I need to time warp forward a bit. See? Here comes the Mun. Very safely. At a very, very safe distance. Hello, Mun. Now, the last person who did this maneuver was Chadlock, but I got this. Exactly. Oh, alright. Mostly, I gotta make sure to be out here so I can eyeball this in. So, kill the maneuver node. Burn. Okay, you're gonna get a little closer. Just bring that apoapsis down. All good. Alright. Let's leave it at about 75. That'll be fine for now. Because we need some room to be able to set up an intercept with Chadlock. That's not going to be easy. That's going to be the hard part of all of this. Especially with our angle being so off. Oh my god, you're right. Wait, he's go- Wait, Chad's going the opposite direction. Oh no. Wait a minute. How did this happen? Wait a minute. This is all live, you know? No, cut the feed, cut the feed. Oh no, wait a minute. They're going the opposite direction. Uh, semantics. Nah, that's, listen, for once the reporter's right. That's actually a huge problem. But yeah, I don't know how I fix that. um, not sure how to correct the fact that we somehow managed to come in on the wrong orbit here. On just the wrong direction. Oh my goodness. Well, we flubbed this one, folks. Gosh, how do you even fix that problem? I've got a sneaking suspicion that you don't. I've got a sneaking suspicion that this is a mission abort. How do you... I mean... I have no idea how you would correct that. Would you just kind of stall, burn a ton of fuel to completely reverse your orbit in place? That would have to be what you would do, right? Something like, you'd come around to here, and you just have to burn. And then you're not going to have the fuel to complete the mission. I believe the fact is because of the side sweep we had to do that maneuver, which led us into this situation. I think that's true. I think we would have been fine if we had come at this from a normal angle, but because of the maneuver we had to do to avoid the side sweep, I think it's actually ended up putting us in the wrong direction. I didn't even think of that. Oh gosh. Well, lesson learned, right? I remember hearing in the movie I used for training that you can just turn a rocket around. Well, I mean, we kinda could. If we burnt off, approximately 900 delta V, we could turn the rocket around. But we're not going to be able to do that. That's more than half of our remaining fuel. Well, sometimes things happen, right? Sometimes things happen. And sometimes, when things happen, you just need to go home and try again. You know? I actually warned you before you did the maneuver, but you didn't see it. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh well, that's fine. Half the mission's gonna be paid for by shell call anyhow, so tolerable. It's a mission failure, but any mission failure you can walk away from. Well, I guess isn't that bad of a mission failure? Question mark. The reporter is the smartest among us. Great. Yeah, that's why we gotta get Shell Call off this ship. Before Shell Call takes over my position. Coming up here soon, though, we may have the opportunity to do a little bit of science. We've got an exciting scientific opportunity coming up. So maybe this won't be for nothing. Our strange angle is going to put us over a pretty big crater. This one here in just a moment. And so we're just going to go ahead and have Jeb hop out here and get a good look. You want to let go? Do a little spacewalk? Ooh. Okay, grab back on before something terrible happens. Yeah, I don't know that we've had the opportunity to do a flyby of this crater yet. Breaking news, KSP completely failed this mission. Poor Chad has to wait. Moon looks amazing though. You see, that's why we need more funding, so we can hire better navigators. Alright, we're gonna be above it any moment now. Coming up on the crater. There it is. Oh, that's Highlands, actually. That's different. That's lucky. We've had trouble getting a Highlands report before. But we are looking to get... No, that's still Highlands. We have Midlands already. Alright, EVA report from just above the Mun's East Crater. There we go. That's what we came here for. Very good. Now we can warp forward. And we're gonna get out of here. Could you also take the West Crater? West Crater. I think we've done this one. Although we aren't ever gonna pass over it. Right now a lot of this stuff is in the dark and I can't see it. We might have done West Crater already. I think we haven't done this one, which we won't ever pass over. I think that there's one up here somewhere near one of the poles. Though it's very dark and I can't see it. So we haven't done that one. So it goes. Just use a massive flashlight. Genius. How did I never think of this? Alright, let's get ready to burn. 3, 2, 1. Begin burn. Alright, good. That'll do. We're gonna escape the Mun. Sorry, boss. We should go retrograde. And we've got enough fuel to make this work, honestly. You can just stabilize real quick. Let's see. Yeah, we're about to be captured. Just about to be captured. And then we can go retrograde, I believe, burn down our periapsis a bit, and then get ready for re-entry. Bright side of our opposite orbit here is that there's no chance of us getting recaptured by the Mun for this maneuver. that's gonna help. Ignore that, that doesn't count. That's for then when we, like, come back around. Which is not happening. Honestly, yeah, just make this the re-entry. Yeah, like 50k. Is 50k gonna be deep enough? Yeah, honestly, you can go 45. There you go. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Hello, hello, Kerbal. Friendship ended with the Mun. Kerbal, my new best friend. You know, Kerbal and I, you know, we get along well. The Mun, I don't know. We just didn't quite vibe, right? Say, reporter, do you know what's called a brace position? I do. Alrighty. We need to get closer. Wait a minute, why am I leaving? What? Wait, did I pass by Kerbal? What happened? Oh no. Oh no. Wait, what have I done to myself? I think this is fine. We can correct this. So we're gonna, like, skip off of the Mun again? Oh, hello, Interstellar Adventures. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. We're just, doing a silly accidental, oh gosh, it's not even there anymore. No, it should be fine. We're gonna come around. We're gonna pass by. Because it's on the opposite side of the world, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. It's just lying to me. The lines. Yeah, we're not going back to the Mun. This is gonna work out. We're just gonna come down here. We're gonna do our re-entry. And, it's not gonna be messed up at all. It's all gonna work out. Okay, slow it down a little bit. Maybe not that much, but a little bit. The liar lines. Yeah, that's what they be. See, this time, if we go around, we're gonna get some messed up, like, re-entry, and we don't love that. But we're not gonna go around again. We're about to burn off all of our fuel, and we're about to re-enter. And it's gonna be okay. Probably. Hopefully. That's what I desire, is for this to be okay. Alright, we're getting real close. Let's make sure we go retrograde. We've got a bunch of extra fuel to dump in order to make this a safer process. And then, it'll all be good. I hope. If this is my last message, tell my children I love them. It's okay, Shell Call. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a thing. The arrow steak. Yes, we're about to make some arrow steak. We're little ways out, but I want to ditch this thing. Yeah, this is gonna be just fine. I've dropped my periapsis maybe a little bit low, though. I've maybe just made a bit of a mistake. What some people in the field may call a little bit of an oopsie. But don't think about it too hard. We've maybe just dropped our periapsis thoughtlessly. It's fine, don't worry about it. I think if I begin my burn too early, we're gonna dip way too low, is the problem. If I don't burn soon enough, I gotta burn now. It'll be fine. Just burn off as much speed as you can, that's how you make this safer. I hope you can swim. I hope that we don't burn up. Oh, thank you, camera. Appreciate it. Alright. I've done some pretty bad re-entries in my time. This may be one of the worst. We may not survive this. I may have screwed this up. Alright, shake it off. Keep us retrograde. Pray. Pray for your safety. Because, I mean, that fuel, we managed to burn off a lot of speed. We're still coming in really darn fast. But we've also seen worse. I don't know, I think our angle is the problem. Our angle is the huge problem here. The make or break is going to come when we slam into that lower atmosphere here in a moment. Oh, hello, skeleton! Hello, hello! Found a handy trick for desktop gaming. If you want to window a game, hit Alt-Enter. Whoa, really? Alt-Enter. Okay, we're fine. The re-entry has been successful. We did not burn up. I was being a little overdramatic, but it was a scary angle. It was a very spooky angle, you've got to understand. Oh, but thank you, skeleton. That's actually a really good tip. I did not know that. Alright, and honestly, deploy the chute, cut the SAS, and drift in. You said we were gonna die for nothing. Yeah, just so long, exactly, Interstellar. So long as the Kerbals can swim or stay inside of the pod, it's all gonna be okay. No need to worry. No need to worry. No need to worry. Come on, shoot. Do your job. Come on, shoot. Alright. That's why we put the chute for 2,000 altitude. 2,000 meter altitude. And now you got me wanting to play Kerbal. Honestly, it's great. I recommend it, skeleton. Though I'm sure you've played it before. Able to switch control of different controllers and pilot pods while zoomed in on the craft. Like, while still being zoomed in on the craft, control others? I don't think so. But you can definitely switch control of different craft. Just a casual 15 Gs. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, Venus, see, it's all good. It's all chill. We're just gonna slowly drift down. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Because that's good stuff. Like if you have a craft that breaks into two different ones and switch to the other control pieces. Oh yeah, that was actually that was kind of what we were wanting to do with this mission. Well, not this one. A hypothetical future mission that we're planning, because we had to break this mission up into different parts, is to have a little, I'm gonna call it a rover. It's more like a truck that we want to deploy onto the Mun. Um, we want to drop it from a lander and have that be individually controlled. I'm gonna call the government and ensure this program gets cancelled for probably hundreds of safety issues and lackluster planning. But yeah, like Interstellar says, time for swimming lessons. What a tour you've been on. How could you complain? We've given you so much like free stuff. An orbit around the Mun, the first reverse orbit around the Mun, um, swimming lessons. I think that Shellcall, our resident journalist, has accepted so many gifts um, from the space program at this point that they're not going to be able to actually slander us, legally speaking. A reverse orbit? Well, I mean, a reverse orbit is still technically an orbit, but we ended up going the wrong way around the Mun, is why this mission was a failure. We had to, like, dodge the Mun sideswiping us, so we accidentally went the wrong way. We were supposed to save Chadlock on this trip, but that's okay. Things happen. Is there a term? Is there like a scientific term for like I mean what I am referring to as a reverse orbit? Like an orbit that goes against the rotation of a planet or something? Or a celestial body, I guess, in this case. Maybe there is. Those rocket scientists, they're smarties, unlike me. They've got words for everything. So good news. We did manage to get a little bit of science on this trip. Good news. Our journalist friend is back home and will never be riding on a rocket with us again. Bad news, we've got to go back. Bad news, we've got to go back and we've got to actually do the job right this time. Um, Jeb, you failed the last mission. We're taking Valentina instead. Valentina can do this one. Jeb, you're on the bench. We need to talk about your recent performance because that was definitely entirely your fault and not mine. All right. This is going to be the rescue mission. This is going to go way better. Jeb didn't fail it. You told him how to go. Well, listen. um, Valentina's gonna do better. Here's the thing. If the difference, what has changed for this second attempt, right, is not me, the mission controller, but the pilot. So if this mission goes well, scientifically, since Jeb is the only thing that's different about this mission, that means it's Jeb's fault, and Jeb is the one that made it fail. So you're right, let's withhold judgment until after this mission, and then we can blame Jeb. uh, Van Rocket? Oh, or that rocket? What's up with the rocket? Hopefully the rocket works. No, what's different is that you realized you shouldn't just throw the rocket at the moon. But can you prove that, Venus? Because what I'm about to do is I'm about to throw the rocket at the moon. And are you gonna stop me? Oh, I'm sorry, Interstellar. I'm just a little dumb. My apologies. Just a little silly. Okay. This thing should be okay. There's our target. We should be good to go. Valentina, take us away. Your article has 69 likes already. Oh, goodness. Here we go. You see, now the pressure's on, though. Because if this mission fails, then I have to take responsibility for Jeb's actions. And that would be a hit to my ego. Or something. Maybe my pride. So now the stakes are high. Not only is Chadlock's life on the line, but so is my pride. Which means I'm especially invested in making this work. It also means... See, last time we fired this off this way, yeah, we're kind of turning a bit. It's fine. We'll make it work. Get in mover mode. Let's see if we can just let these things slide by us. Because firing the main engine last time almost caused some substantial problems. Alright, let him go. Let's get some light on the subject here. Because now I can't see anything, and Chad legit can wait nearly a decade. I suppose that is true. I suppose that's true. Chadlock is gonna be fine up there for a while. For some reason. Alright, good. Just keep rotating. Do our messed up little gravity turn. Honestly, probably more like this. There you go. I don't know what he's doing up there, but he's great at rationing. Yeah, we gotta get him on logistics, honestly. If he can last that long, we gotta hire that little fella. Alright, this is working. Yeah, you. Right there. Sitting there. Drifting by. Holding our buddy hostage. You know, someone made a car and launched it at Minimus with a ramp and got back to Kerbal without a burn. There's ramp rotation and Minimus rotation. That's crazy. Oh gosh, that's wild. Chill on the burn for a second. Just go prograde. Let's wait till we're closer to the apoapsis so we don't overburn it. That's really cool. Huh. The main engine was wiggling. Does that mean it's happy? The rocket? I'm gonna presume so. Scarlet, you know of Gears Tactics? I do. I've never played it myself, but a streamer that I watch used to play a lot of it, including vanilla and modded. It looked really good. Have you had any experience with it, Skeleton? Let's burn now. Just gotta hit that periapsis up. This should be a lot cleaner overall than the last one, frankly. There you go. There we go. Can I send the link of the video that did what I said? Oh, absolutely, Interstellar. Absolutely. I would love to watch that. Honestly, we may put it on. We may put it on here in a moment if it's short enough. I've also modded it, but I'm gonna see if I can mod some of the game files, make my units do hecka damage. Oh, you have fun. That sounds like a good time. Alright, let's set up. There. That's a bit of a weird one. Oh, but that ain't so bad. And this will actually mean that we're going the correct direction now. Okay. Alright, deal. That's gonna be the, that's gonna be our planned maneuver. I was playing some Hoi 4 today. Oh? I was playing some Hoi 4 earlier this week. Trying to learn how to play Soviets. I have not figured out the answer. But I hope you had a good time, Venus. And I'm gonna go ahead and, while this is going, we've got a few minutes. Let's bring up that video, shall we? Pull this up. Alright. Oh, you've even time-stamped it for us. Oh, so kind of you, Interstellar. Here, I'm going to, because this is gonna be, this stretch of our journey is gonna be the long haul. Well, honestly, I mean, it's short enough. I'm just gonna bring it up here, you know? We're gonna do a very professional, as always, because I still have not set up the scene for the desktop transition. Or the hotkey. Or anything. Oh, we should go back to the beginning. Oh, I see. I'm like scrolling through it right now. It does hold the whole thing, doesn't it? Well, in that case, I should actually, I should go ahead and, get us going to the Mun first. And then we'll bring it up. So I think I need, yep, hold prograde, warp forward. I had played a mod and formed a socialist utopia for every creature. Oh, very good, very good. Hoi is fun. I like Hoi. Hoi also melts my brain just a little bit. So I haven't quite learned all of its ins and outs just yet. Yeah, what's up, Skeleton? You ever had wheaten bread That sounds familiar. I've had wheat bread for sure. Wheaten? Wheatend? Probably. I don't know. I'm a bread fan. I've probably had it. Alright, let's begin burn. Make sure to keep an eye on this so it doesn't get messed up. There you go. That's nice. That's even better than what I planned for. Awesome. Oh, when toasted, it's really nice. Oh, and it's good with curry. Oh, I see. We'll make a good breakfast food. That sounds really good. I have 911 hours in Hoi 4, and I still have no clue how Navy is used. For real, though? For real, for real? Navy's a mystery. I primarily play Soviets for a lot of reasons in Hoi, but the fact that I can ignore my Navy is one of them. Higher up on the list than you would think. um, one of these days I've got to learn how. I've got some friends who I've made in the past few months who play a lot of the Paradox Grand strategies. Um, they're pretty cool. We started off playing Vic. Vic was, you know, Vic 3 was Vic 3, and then we moved on to Hoi. They're going to be playing some Europa Universalis for a while, so I've got some time, but I would like to get a better grasp of Hoi so that I can not make a fool of myself when I'm playing with them, you know? I just mainly paradrop if I have to get over water. Yeah, honestly. I feel that. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up that video Interstellar's brought over. I'm just gonna let this go at 1 speed in the background. Here, bring it to the beginning. A very smooth desktop transition in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's video time. It's a little long, so we may skip through it a little bit, or I might speed it up, depending on how it goes. If I unmute it, what does it sound like, this video? Oh gosh, it literally is just a big ramp. Let me double check. What's like the music in this? Is this gonna like murder my stream? It could. I'll keep it muted. Just in case. Because I can't be bothered to check right now. So this is like a big ramp. I think I see the car right there. They're just landing it on Minimus? Oh. Yo, it's 17 o'clock over in America. It is. It's it's like 5:23 p.m. where I am. That would be the 17 o'clock. Everything is in place. Time to jump. Oh my gosh. So this is like just a little rocket car? And then it goes. Oh my goodness. That is a bad angle to leave at. I need to adjust my approach on the ramp. That's crazy that it gets you that far anyhow. I guess, I mean, because it's Minimus, it's not like you need, a whole lot of force to actually leave, I guess, and then you just launch. Huh. A bit closer, I'll try jumping later in the Minimus day. My word. That's insane. I'm watching... I'm watching some kind of madness. And it's beautiful. A mud encounter. Oh, wow. I love how it's marked as an aircraft. Okay, I'm thoroughly enthralled, actually. Forget skipping through this video, this is good. This is quality content. This is better than my stream. We're just gonna watch this. A rocket rail system based off that for asteroid mining. Oh yeah, like there's ideas for that. In kind of the future tech category of like using like mass drivers and stuff for that too. Yo, this is a React stream now, so it seems. They're doing it. Oh my gosh, they're really doing it. They're gonna land the car. Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome. It's like a little mushroom now. That's sick. This game's crazy. Oh, it really is just a big mushroom. It burns through, it comes down. Does it have a chute, or does it just... It throws it aside, it deploys the chute, last moment. It just kind of wiggles it off its nose. Aww. That's amazing. Aw, yeah, isn't that a cute little craft? It's adorable. I landed in a Windows XP desktop picture. Oh, that's something. Honestly, I'm gonna watch the crashes anyhow. What a cool... What a cool idea. What a cool idea. What a cool video and execution. I love how we get the blooper reel here at the end. Oh, that's awesome. Looks like those wheels were giving them some trouble. Dumb ways to die. Yeah, looks like this is gonna be, huh? I'm astounded. Well, thank you, Interstellar, for bringing this to us. Oh gosh, I don't think we've ever watched something this long on stream before, but this was totally worth it. Oh my goodness. No, thank you, Nicola. Thank thank you for creating such a work of art, honestly. That's incredible. Let's go on over to our own game now as we professionally transition back. Yeah. And, good, that was a good stretch to watch that on. A little bit of time passes. We'll zip on forward. We've got our own mission to do. A 12 out of 10? Mm-hmm, it really is. Perfect video. Would not change a thing. Alright, we're coming in now. The objective is quite simple. Get Chadlock. In order to do that, we first need to establish an orbit. We can probably eyeball that once we get a little bit closer. There's our buddy, hanging out. For a moment, I thought you'd done the same mistake. I'd retire. I'd have to retire as, the Kerbal mission leader. As Kerbal mission control. They'd fire me on the spot. Dumb ways to live. Yeah. Alright, then we go retrograde. We're a minute out from the periapsis. I'm gonna drink a little water. Alright. We come around, we hang out. There it is. There's the mun. I was like, where is the mun? It's down here. I almost lost it, if you can believe it. I was looking out here and I was like, goodness, where is it? Where could it be? We can't be that far, can we? Alright. This is our retrograde. Burn. We gotta bring this apoapsis down and control our periapsis. I can just watch it from here. This is a pretty easy burn to pull off. Alright. That's stable. That'll do for now. Alright, we're safely tucked in to an orbit around the mun. We're in the correct direction, although our angle is pretty messed up. That's pretty normal for us, unfortunately. And we need to figure out a way to get this fellow. Hello, Chadlock. You're gonna be my target. Rendezvous are always such a headache. Goodness. Nope. We correct our angle. Mostly. Partially. So we do that. And then maybe we can go in. Okay. Well, we got a lot of icons on the screen. So far, not looking promising. Intercept's still a little wonky. Let's pull it out a little bit. Honestly, if we wait... Well, let's see. Separation... a little over 300. Separation growing. So that's no good. Or maybe it is. That's probably no good. That probably doesn't quite suit us. Get rid of whatever this is. This at least gets us to a point where we can start checking our interceptions. And maybe we can wait for it to come into a position that works for us. Let's try it. We've got a little bit of fuel to play around with. Let's give it a shot. So we need to warp forward. We need to go find our node. Angle this in, just real gentle like. There we are. Oh, come on. Stop it. Behave. Just wiggle it into position. Let it settle down. Oh, hello, Zach. Hello, hello. Yes, a boop for you. Aw, and a hug. We still haven't gotten the command yet, but thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well, Zach. I hope you're doing well. You want to try the curry bread? Honestly, that sounds really good. Oh, we've passed our node. I need to be burning. Whoops. Just a little error. That's fine. We caught it in time, I think. Oh, goodness. Yeah, if anybody has recommendations for commands for the bot, I've got a little list of a few that need to be worked on and added. But I haven't gotten to it. Maybe this weekend. No promises. Yes, it does boops. It's got a boop command. Do try not to overuse it. A good boy / girl command? Oh. That's tempting. That is tempting. Here, I'm gonna speed up time a little bit. I'm just gonna let this go. I'm interested in seeing how much our intersect separation changes. Yeah, feel free to play around with the bot, see how things are working. I will forewarn, the user time command has been acting up, and I haven't actually... or the watch time command, that one, Venus, has not been fixed. Unfortunately. It needs to be. It needs some work. Oh, good, this is gonna work. This is perfect. We'll do one more rotation. I need to actually... I put in my notes as a different command. Watch time. Now that's illegible. Why did I write over this? Why did I think that I could write over this? Now that's completely illegible. Silly me. But yeah. So we want some kind of affirmation command. A good boy, good girl command. Okay. I can see. Making that, I can look into it. That's a good one. I do like it. We've got hug, we want lurk, we want watch time to work. Oh, gotta go? Sorry? Oh, no need to be sorry, Interstellar. No need to be sorry at all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you again. A big extra thank you for the video. That was great. I loved that. I hope you have a good day. Alright. I need to slow down time because we've got a potential intercept coming up here. Something we could actually work with. Does hug work? Hug has not been implemented yet. Hug is a command that was recommended. When did Zach recommend that? Was that Wednesday? Yesterday? Sometime this week. And I just have not had the time to get to it, honestly. Alright. This could work. I mean, hear me out. Hear me out. We're getting closer. It's gonna be messy, but I think if we start lining ourselves up, we can make something happen here. I think it's gonna be a retrograde burn coming up. I certainly am here for a good boy / girl command. Yeah, I'll just need to figure out. I suppose I can just make 2 separate commands, right? For whichever one, you know, people are or want to say, right? I guess, is it... I guess it would be... I don't know, I guess my presumption is that it's directed at the person doing the command. Right? Yeah, so that's what I would do, is I would just do 2 different commands. And just label them very clearly for people. That's a cool idea. Yeah, I kind of like that. Does that sound like what we're thinking of? Cool. I've been really enjoying having the bot. Like, it's a minor thing, it's a minor piece in the stream, but it gives you all like a little toy to play with. Sure, yeah. Oh, good. One's for the viewer, one's for other viewers, and one for us to call Scarlet a good girl. Well, I don't think you need a command to call me a good girl. You can just do that. And I may avoid doing one that targets other viewers. Just because I don't have a thing for people to set like their preferences set up for that. But maybe in the future, when we get a little bit more infrastructure for that, that could be a cool idea. You know? A little bit more of the automated infrastructure. That could be interesting. Alright, let's warp forward. So the way this is gonna work, our little intercept plan here, is there's gonna be a small speed difference between us. And eventually, we are going to drift closer, is what I'm hoping. Oh gosh. I'm sitting here, I run chat off of my phone, and I could have sworn this was plugged in, but like the cable was like just ever so slightly pulled out. And I was like, why did my phone screen get dark all of a sudden? Did like we lose connection? Like, because then it falls asleep if the stream dies, right? And I started to panic about that. No, the power cable just wasn't quite in properly. And the phone almost died. Oh, I'm a buffoon. I made a little oops. Uh-oh. I overburned. I overburned by a lot. And now we're gonna crash. What would it be like for non-binary people, actually? Yeah, that's the other thing. Is I'd need to pick a gender-neutral term. But that's okay. I've got I've got people I can confer with regarding that. I usually use folks, but if we wanted something a little sillier or something else, I know that doesn't quite carry quite the same vibe. Cool. Have I salvaged this? Yes. Is it worse? I think it's fine. Just make sure, yeah, I'm not gonna crash into anything. Maybe good cutie could work? Oh, that's a good idea. Call them cuties. I'm gonna make a note about that. That's a contender. Because definitely, you know, it's an opt-in command, right? It's an opt-in command. So I think that would be, I think that would be a term that could be used. Yeah. A strong contender. Good idea, Skeleton. Thank you, thank you. Again, I just love, I love the bot idea. I feel like I've gotten like a little, like one of those squeaky toys for you all to play with. I've just kind of tossed it to y'all and you're figuring out what you want to do with it. And I love that. It's engagement, it's enrichment activities. Okay, so I kind of already explained this, but there is like we are not synced up with Chadlock's craft. Not by a long shot. There's substantial differences in our speed at different points in this orbit. That's okay. I can slow down and sync our orbits manually if we get close enough. I just need for us to keep getting closer, right? We're gonna slowly drift closer with each intercept, and we're gonna use that to our advantage. I believe Chadlock is catching up to us, is what is happening. Yeah, very, very slowly. Or, wait a minute, are we? Actually, we're getting further away. Hold on. Maybe I need to reconsider this plan. Say I did a correction burn. Well, that wouldn't be a good place for it. You want to wait till you're lined up, right? Corrective burn somewhere around here. Hey, that's working. Hold on, that's working. I think I'm slowly feeling tiredness setting in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're... most of you all are from Europe. It's gotta be getting late there, huh? Oh gosh, I just stumbled into the intercept. We found it. Huh. Well, look at me. See, I told y'all. It was Jeb's fault. We get Jeb off the mission and everything's just fine. Everything's going smoothly. Let's see. We're gonna have to do a... I'm gonna have to manually find the node on this one, so I'm not gonna auto-warp to it. I want a little bit of extra time. In fact, let's go get vaguely lined up. Woke up at like 6:25, so you've been awake for a bit. That would do it too. That would absolutely do it. So what, with the time difference, that's... I have no idea. A long time. It makes sense that you'd be a bit eepy. Nah, it wasn't Jeb, I'm telling you. This mission's gonna go off without a hitch. And that's gonna mean that it's Jeb's fault. That's just scientific principles. You wouldn't deny science, would you, Venus? You wouldn't be anti-science, would you? If the only thing that has changed in our second experiment is that we've removed Jeb, that means that it's Jeb's fault. Let's not talk about the fact that this isn't like a truly repeatable experiment and that our sample size is only 2 missions, or any of the other problems. After all, as the as the one in charge here, I get to say what counts as science. Oh, it's almost midnight, so you've been awake for around 17 hours. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would do it. That that would do it for sure, for sure. Well, I hope that you're able to rest well tonight whenever you decide to go get some sleep. I mean, I'm sure if you've been awake that long, you should sleep well. I know I would just knock right out. Alright, we're coming up on our node. We're still pretty well locked on. It's looking good. It's looking like it's gonna be smooth. Alright, now this is gonna be like a tap burn. Like, I've got to make sure not to go heavy-handed. Let's not mess this up. This is gonna be a super clean rendezvous if I can get this right. Oh, I will. It's finally weekends too, so you're gonna sleep well. Oh, good. I hope you can sleep in. That sounds great. Alright, it's time. Okay. Go find the node. Go find that node. There you go. How are we looking? Even better than I wanted. 0.6 kilometer separation. 10.8 meters per second relative speed when we come into the intercept. That is good. Oh, hello. Hello, I think Kugat Cylinder 5. Hello, Kugat. Welcome, welcome. How do it be going? Amazing. Now, we got the rendezvous. So I would say it's going pretty well at this moment. How are you doing? And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Feel free to correct me. But welcome, welcome. I hope that you're doing well. Tired? Yeah, Venus is tired. Venus is getting eepy. Close enough. Okay, alright. I'm glad that I got in the ballpark. Oh, gosh. That is it. Rendezvous just feels so satisfying to pull off, I tell ya. That's good. We are going to have to... We're gonna have to make it stick. But honestly, I think that's just gonna be a retrograde burn to slow down a little bit. And fix our relative speed. Because our separation's gonna be fine. Most struggle until they hear it pronounced. That's fair, that's fair. That would do it. Not even just Eevee, I'm just struggling to keep my eyes open. Oh, well then you should... I mean, I'm not one to tell you what to do. But, you know, if you're at that point, you know, at that point, if I were in your shoes, I'd just let sleep take me. Are you aware that when you have a target selected, you can click your orbit and surface and also get to target? Yes. Absolutely, when we come around, we are going to be using that to fix our relative speed. In fact, honestly, I can just switch that now so I don't forget. That's a fine idea. Thank you, Kugat. Let's see. I'm just gonna warp around. I think I can eyeball this in. I don't think a maneuver node's gonna cut it. I think this is gonna take some close maneuvers. Just a little bit of, you know, a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of close attention to detail, tiny bit of eye strain, but that's chill. I mean, yeah, I would watch the whole stream, but I'm gonna throw myself into bed, so see you and good night. Yep, we'll do our best to save Chad. You have a lovely night, Venus. You sleep well. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a blast. Alright. We're coming up to our intercept. We are very close to target. I am going to... First, I'm going to retrograde, and I'm just going to try and manually fix this. If I can fix our relative speed, 0.6 kilometers is enough that we can jump it with a jetpack. Honestly, we could just about do it without, but I'm not taking that chance. There we go. Just slow us down. Make sure you're not crashing into the planet. No, it's all good. Good. Where's this? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright. Go to the tracking station. This is a rescue mission. Let's go see what Chadlock's been hanging out in this whole time. Let's go find out. What is this anyhow? Rescue? He's now as part of the space program crew. Oh, that's cool. But, okay, no, here's the pod. Get the lights on so we can... Nope, there's no lights. Okay. And he's a scientist. Okay, that's chill. Sometimes the screen jumps. Oh, something too smooth, the screen jumps. You can press bracket to swap local vessels. Oh, bracket does that. Oh. That's gonna be so useful. Oh, thank you so much. Very, very good. Let's get the lights on, just so I have something to eyeball this with. I need to set our own other craft as a target so I can find it in space. There you go. Relative speed, 1 meter per second. That's surmountable. Let's let go. Alright. Now where is it gonna be? That way, right? Yeah, okay, this is the direction we need to be going. Let's go up to about 4 meters per second so this doesn't take absolutely forever. But yeah, we are closing in. We've got the lights on the cope. Just keep an eye out for those lights. It should be okay. There's some... I see it. I got eyes. It's right there. I'm coming in. Just gonna take it slow and steady. I've got a lot of RCS, but I have no interest in slamming myself into the craft and screwing something up. I think I need to go like this now. Now we should be moving directly towards it, if I'm reading my icons correctly. Yep, closing in rapidly. Very, very good. These, these space jumps are something, I tell ya. Gosh, imagine doing this. Just in the darkness of space, having to do like a kilometer jump through open space to another spacecraft. Terrible. Terrifying. Mission control says it's safe, but I don't know that I'd ever completely trust it. But hey, that's why we get these little guys to do it and not me. There it is. Coming up. We're saving Chadlock. Nice. Just slowly, gently. Thank you, bracket. I'm gonna have you let go real quick and get out of the way, so... Come on. Because what I need to do... This bracket command is saving us right here. My gut says otherwise. That jump would be a big hole hell. Alright, we need to swap you out. Let you go. Switch. I'm just shuffling my Kerbals. Because we need to get this guy into the passenger section. Because he's not a pilot. There you go. Transfer crew? Valentina, stop floating away. That's not allowed. You can't do that. Hold on, why aren't I, Yeah, just, like, stay here, Valentina. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, transfer crew from here. There you go. Much better. Then you grab on, you board, and we're groovy, folks. Chadlock is on board. We've also, in the process, ended up completing another mission to transfer crew between craft. So 2 birds, 1 stone, that kind of deal. Very, very nice. Alright. Mission done. Well, mission not done. There's still a very important part left to this mission. We've got to actually go home, believe it or not. But that's okay. Well, that's easy. Just break out like this. Approximately by that much. And it's gonna be just fine. Don't worry about it. That was a little stressful. I'll admit. I'll admit that was a little taxing on the heart. Those rendezvous always are. It's so easy to miss them and mess them up. Why is my node so far away? Yeah, it's fine. I'll eyeball it. Let's see, we are coming up on the periapsis in 50 seconds. We can hold a little while longer, maybe burn at 30. We're going prograde. We're just gonna break out, get dragged back to Kerbal. And that'll be just fine. So 3, 2, 1, burn. What the heck have I done? I'm burning towards target. Oh no. Oh no, wait a minute. I was still locked on. That's what I get for thinking that things couldn't possibly go wrong at this point. It's fine. It's going to be a little less fuel efficient, but we can still break out. It's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Kukan. My reaction exactly. Oh my goodness. Actually, I think it worked out better. Frankly, I think that worked out better. I think that's a much nicer periapsis than apoapsis. We'll have to do that maneuver in the future. Scarlet, there are Nexus mods for Kerbal Space Program. There are. There are also, I think the more of the modding community, I think, can be accessed through what's called CKAN. That's CKAN. I don't know what it stands for. But that's what I've used. We've got like 2 mods running. They're purely visual. We got Eve for environmental effects, and we've got what's the Parallax? Parallax, the one that does the ground scatter, just to make things a little prettier. Using it right now to play RSS/RO/RP1. I'm gonna pretend to know what those acronyms are and nod and say, oh, very cool. I mean, yes, actually, very. I mean, honestly, it's such a easy to use system. I'm very surprised. Like, because I've played Kerbal Space Program before, right? I played it a long time ago, before we started doing it here on stream. And I'd never gotten into the modding. Oh, Real Solar System, Realism Overhaul, and Realistic Progression 1. Ah, I see. Thank you for explaining the acronyms. I've heard good things about those mods. How have they been treating you, actually? I had considered using a couple of them, but I just settled for the visual enhancements because honestly, the vanilla mechanics of Kerbal Space Program still have a lot to offer me. I never got super far. But But coming back to Kerbal Space Program, I wanted to make things a little prettier and stuff, and maybe add in some mods, and I had no clue how to get started with that. I poked around a little bit, and like, the mods I wanted weren't on the, what's it called, the Cursed Forge or whatever that's called. And I didn't really find anything much on the Nexus, and I was like, gosh, this is all weird. And then I found the CCAN stuff, and I was like, oh, I just press the buttons and it's easy. It was really convenient. I haven't encountered, frankly, a better modding tool. I'm really impressed by it. It's a fun royal pain in the ass. Well, if that's what you signed up for, then, good. I'm glad, I think. Maybe? I mean, so long as you're having a good time, right? Let's see, we can definitely speed up time here. Does it work with Vortex Manager? The CCAN stuff? I don't know. Also, what site name? I know that I got to it through a link on the Kerbal Space Program Reddit page, but I think it's just like CCAN. Or if you want to be more specific, like CCAN Kerbal Space Program would probably bring it up. It's from what I can tell, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I can tell is it seems to be like the main home right now for Kerbal Space Program modding, is what I gather. It seems to have, at least what I was poking around, the widest selection. Yeah, just as Kugat puts it. Oh gosh, I need some more water. I've been so dehydrated today for some reason. I don't know why. I've been drinking water. But then a few minutes pass and I'm just thirsty again. That's okay. We're talking a lot, that's probably it. Let's see. So we're coming in. And where are we moving first? Towards the periapsis. That's fine by me. Let's just head over there. Hydrate, silly Scarlet. I am. Honestly, I'm gonna drink some more water. Jeez. That's the end of a whole glass. I hope I was properly muted there. I kinda tapped the button, but I'm not 100% sure. And I don't want to force you all to listen to me drink. There's one mod that is a shame it isn't on CCAN. It's called Principia. Adds N-body physics, which is how IRL physics works. Oh. KSB uses two-body physics? I see. So two-body is just the, gosh, let me see if I recall my high school physics properly. Two-body is like, for example, Kerbin is one of the bodies, our craft is one of the bodies. Right? N-body is a variable, and so it counts for multiple at once. Am I remembering that right? I could be completely wrong. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've taken physics. Bingo? Hey, awesome. Occasionally my memory works. I say high school physics, but it was a little more in depth than the regular stuff. We covered some We covered some fun stuff like that. Oh. As much torture as the IB program was, and as much as I'm glad I got out of it eventually, you know, it did give access to some fun, higher level classes like that. So everybody affects every other body. That means that Jules' mass affects Moho. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense. It also makes sense why normal Kerbal Space Program doesn't want to measure that. Because that's a lot of extra calculations. And additionally, it makes sense why the Kerbal Space Program community would want to measure that. Because they're a bunch of nerds. And I mean that with affection. It actually pulls Moho's apoapsis towards Jules' current position. Oh, that's nifty. We're overshooting here a little bit, but I don't particularly mind. It'll be okay. The amount of ideas that can be made with this simple understanding of chemistry, biology, and physics is immense. Yeah, lots of cool stuff that can be done with it. Oh, well. That's the end of that tank. Thank you, Heavy Launch System. You've done very well for us. That you've got us this far is remarkable, and a testament to the genius of your designer. Alright, we're gonna bring it in here. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, yep, you're good. Just a little, and, you're good. That's a little deep, but, that'll be fine. We just did worse, honestly, so it'll work. Trust me. Scarlett, when you can, could you check the idea posted in Discord, please? Sure, yeah, I can look at that in a little bit. It also allows the creation of true geostationary orbits, which will orbit a point in the sky. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that is pretty cool. True geostationary orbits are pretty sick. Yeah. Along with Lagrange points, which will let you put a satellite in one of 5 zones between 3 bodies and it will orbit a center point. Oh, that's so cool, though. To be able to simulate Lagrange points in Kerbal Space Program. Oh, that's sick, actually. I love that. It would melt my brain. It would melt my brain. But honestly, that sounds incredible. We probably won't end up doing it with this campaign of Kerbal Space Program, but honestly, I should keep that in mind if I ever come back to the game and want a little bit more of a challenge. That sounds amazing. Yeah, retrograde's fine. Let's get a little closer. And this is going to be our re-entry attempt. We may skip off the surface, or the atmosphere, but we're going really deep here. And perhaps your CPU, yeah, it might melt that too. I don't think we could stream it. I think it would, alongside the stream, I think it would actually murder my computer. Oh, you're excited about the idea. I will Once we get this craft on the ground, how about I go take a look at that skeleton? Because that won't take very long. Let's see, bring us forward just a little bit more. I'm going to start burning when we hit the atmosphere so I don't drop my periapsis too much on accident. Because if we burn out here, we're going to drop our periapsis by a lot, and we don't want that. That would be bad, as the kids say. That would be, what's the other thing the kids say? Anti-poggers. Very anti-poggers. Because, frankly, 33 is already pretty low. Too much lower than that, and we've got an issue. Alright, we're moving through the atmosphere now. Let's start dumping this fuel off. Yeah, we're pushing this periapsis into the danger zone for sure. Why am I doing this to myself? Great question. There we go. This won't be the end of me. There you go. Ditch that off to the side. In what is definitely a very safe maneuver. And now we hope. Now we hope that the periapsis doesn't drop too drastically low now. It should be fine. Maybe. Actually, this might not be fine. That's actually getting... I mean, it's definitely going to be our re-entry. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Yeah. See, these are numbers that look decent. See, I always... I always panic on re-entry. I'm like, is this the time that I've messed it up? And I'm gonna slam into the ground uncontrollably? Is this the moment? And the answer is... usually no. Most of the time. This looks good. Our vertical speed is pretty low, relatively speaking. Surface speed's good. I think we're within the margins for what we know is safe. Yeah, we're slowing down. We're good. Everything's fine. It's a little fast, but we'll slow down well. Burnt off a good chunk of the ablative, jeez. But that's okay. Burning off 31 ablative in that short a span of time is impressive. That's impressive in my book, but that's fine, we'll go with it. And we're coming in. Oh. Deploy the chute. Cut the SAS so it doesn't interfere with the chute, and you also just don't need it anymore. And where are we coming in? Is this... this is Highlands. Hold on. Oh, get out of here. Just in case. Yeah, because look at that. Even deploying at 2,000 would have still not worked. We're over a mountain range. I'm glad I caught that. I saw the, like, gray patterns in the terrain. I was like, wait a minute. That doesn't look quite right. This is why... This kind of terrain is why we set. And also just because sometimes 1,000 doesn't work for the altitude. If you come in too fast, and we tend to come in pretty hot these days, because I know I can get away with it. But Especially what convinced me to start putting the altitude eye on the parachutes is terrain like this, which is very elevated. If we had deployed at 2000, we may have died here. That would be an oof. Alright, let's bring it in then. Do I need an EVA report here? Nope. Good to check. Just a casual step outside, holding onto the ladder. You know, getting a good view, I guess, question mark. And we're gonna cruise on in. And once we hit the ground, that is gonna be Private Chadlock saved. And also added to our program. I didn't realize that this type of mission got us a scientist. I wonder if we get to keep him. I hope so. That would be cool. Way cheaper than hiring them. In career mode, they're just so expensive. Okay, this may be a little bumpy. We're kind of coming in on a slope. Hit the SAS. Try and keep us stable as we come down so we don't slam something into the ground and die horribly. There you go. There you go. We made it. It's all good now. Oh, we needed a crew report here. Sick. Let's go home. That's a mission complete. Oh, very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. That's gonna be a huge payout. A huge payout, hopefully a new recruit. If I'm understanding the situation correctly, we should check up on that. Oh, but first, before I forget, skeleton. You had that idea you wanted me to see. I'll go take a peek at that. Yeah, I think we get to keep him. But here, let me go take a peek at that. Just before I forget anything. It's gonna take its sweet time to load. I didn't have Discord open in advance. There it is. Ah, I see. Hold on, I'm browsing this. I feel like I've... Oh gosh, where have I... That's nifty, skeleton. That feels like, where have I seen this before? The idea of the living... of like a... like a cyber disc almost, actually. This isn't what I was thinking of originally, but kind of like the idea of the cyber disc. Right? You've got this, you know, you've got basically the thinking part implanted, you know, inside a machine, and, you know, from there it does stuff. I mean, your idea is a little different, but, like, you know. Yours is a little bit more, fleshy. From what I gather. Yeah. That could be a cool thing for some kind of like sci-fi setting. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one, Skeleton. I enjoyed that. Let's see, did we get him? We did. He's so brave too. He's literally the most courageous Kerbal. The most important stat. Chadlock Kerman joins the crew. Chadlock Chadlock joins the fight. He got his smash invite. Good for him. Oh, that's so good. We completed the contract. We got a huge payday out of that. They want us to do a docking mission. I don't know how to break it to them that that's not happening, but but we'll see. We'll see. Oh goodness. That honestly, this might be a short one today, folks. This might be a short one. I'm kind of tired myself. Oh, now that I... Oh. Oh no. Oh no, why did I just yawn? I mentioned being tired and then I just yawn. Oh no. You're getting some buffers? If they're proper buffers, that might be you. If they're like just a little bit of stuttering, Kerbal Space Program just does that. That's not even a stream thing. Kerbal Space Program just hangs a little bit sometimes between screens. And like when I'm scrolling around here. Okay, now it's not doing it, but it was doing it a moment ago, I promise. Where the game just takes a moment to load things. It's an old girl, this game. You know. It does its best. Oh, but... Goodness. There I go again. Why am I tired? Why am I tired? I have not been up that long. Like, I mean, yeah, a little bit, but I shouldn't be tired. I don't know. That's definitely gonna be our last mission for today. I'm probably gonna... We should think about, before we go, though, what our next one is gonna be. You know, let's see what's up. Because of the new launcher, I'm getting Discord notifications in Kerbal, and it blocks me. Wait, it blocks you? Or does it, like, block your view? Oh, that's something. That's something. Next time I think it's the rover delivery. Actually. That's gonna be... Oh my goodness, that's gonna be something, isn't it? We gotta get the rover to the Mun. That's what we wanted to do next. We had to break it up into 2 different missions. It pops up and I can't click on stuff behind it without hitting the X. Oh, yeah. I understand. Silly Discord. Yeah, that's definitely happened to me too sometimes in games. I'm doing something and I need to hit the button in the corner, but for some reason people keep talking to me. I can't believe it. I can't believe people want to talk to me. Goodness gracious. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I think it's gonna be the rover mission next time. We have that rover slash space truck that we designed that we want to send to the Mun. Yeah, we got the the Clyde bot in the server. That's been there for a while, admittedly. It just kind of hangs out. It hangs out. I don't even remember what it does. I was told to set it up so that we had, like, a bot in the Discord. I kind of forget what it does now. You know. But good for it. You know, it's got its own little house, too. I made it a little place in the server for it to dump all of its messages, I think. Handy for getting info and can talk to them. Ah, I see, I see. Yeah, well, that's there. That also means, you can boot people with it. Yeah, I think the server's pretty quiet, so I guess we haven't seen much use of it. That is not an invitation for you to spam the bots, to be clear. But hopefully, you know, eventually things will be a little busier there, and I can actually figure out what the bot does. Because, like, the bot that we've had here on Twitch that we just set up, like, we've had, you know, some people poking and prodding at it, so I've been able to kind of figure out what I need to change about it. I've got a little bit of a list of to-do. The bot in the Discord probably works. Question mark, maybe. Oh, I always be polite with the bot. Oh, I'm sure, I'm sure. So, yeah, I think next time, let's see, we've got, I think we're gonna do these 3 missions. Yeah, we're gonna finish up the tourism mission, plant a flag, and gather some science data from the surface of the Mun and send a space truck there. I think that's the idea. I think that's the gimmick for next time. Oh, but oh my gosh, I do need to go, actually. I'm tired. When did that happen? Why did that happen? It's my 3rd yawn. It's only like 6:30 here. Like 6:40 almost. That's ridiculous. Why am I eepy? Well, I don't know what's up. I swear I slept okay last night. I didn't stay up all night playing Star Rail. I actually went to bed at a half-decent hour. I behaved myself. Maybe only because the internet went out, but I still behaved myself, and I'm gonna take full credit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to shut things down here. Oh my goodness. It's a little bit of a short one, but that's okay. That's alright. It's a variety day. We can do that. Hell, I can do that any day I want. Who's gonna stop me? I'm not. So let me go ahead and take us on over to the ending soon screen. There we are. And honestly, I just have some thank yous to say. Big thank you, of course, to everybody that tuned in today. As always, it's been a blast. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to viewers like you. A big thank you to all of our chatters. Oh, thank you, Skeleton. Yes, a thank you to you. You gotta go boop another cutie. Oh, I hope you have fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, a big thank you to all of our chatters. It has been a blast, as always. And a big thank you to the VOD watchers, who only increase in number every time I look. I swear, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if I accuse you of being, like, some sort of creature that multiplies rapidly, that's gonna have strange implications. So I'm not gonna say that. But, I hope that the VOD watchers are doing well. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You all have a lovely day, a lovely night. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll catch you next week. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday for some Terra Invicta. Alright, bye-bye.